Next one. What pages should you have on your website to help you show up more on Google if you're a restaurant owner or a caterer?
All of them. Just kidding. That's the Chuck Norris answer. What pages? All of them. Yeah, so there's several different page types. There's sales pages, pages that drive customers who are looking for a specific product or service. There's marketing pages that help potential future customers with problems and questions that they have, where they have an affinity or an interest in, the subject that your product or service solves for. There's informational content, your privacy policy, your returns and refund policies. There's GDPR and other cookie kind of things that go into privacy policy as well. So we look at all of those different types of content to make sure that we're using them all correctly. With the privacy policy, you want to make sure that it's up to date and has a last updated, maybe even go in once a month and just update the date on it so that when Google crawls the page, they know that this privacy policy is up to date. That seems really small and minute, but we've even seen cases, especially with paid ads, where if you haven't updated your privacy policy in a while, you might get an ad disapproved. So it's really, really important to make sure that that's up to date. Cookie policies, if you do serve, folks that are in Europe or the CCPA rules that they have here in California, let's make sure users know, what we're going to do with their data. I know cookies are going away here pretty soon with the new Chrome browser, but that hasn't happened yet. And until it does, let's make sure we're, telling users what we plan to do with their data when they visit our website. So what pages do we need to have if we're a restaurant? We definitely want to make sure we have our menu pages. A common mistake I see restaurants doing is they upload a PDF for their menu. Yeah. And sometimes Google can crawl a lot of that content, but most of the time those PDFs don't have a custom title or description or other internal links to them. It's not an HTML page, and it's a really horrible mobile experience. You've got to pinch and expand with your phone, and and with Google being a mobile-first indexing search engine now, it's almost at a place where you can just let the PDFs go. They're dead. And create actual menu pages. Create a root menu and then create sub-pages for each of the menu items that you offer. And if you're only in one area, why not throw in some language about, the best pizza in San Juan Capistrano, or something like that, so that those pages can also show up for those queries.
Since you brought it up, we want this. There was a local newspaper trying to get people to vote. They do all that vote for best pizza. And I put a page on our pizza because we won. I got everybody to vote for us, all my customers, because I had an email list. I was doing everything. So we won, voted best pizza in San Juan. You have no idea how many visitors I would get to that page. Best pizza, amazing. And I put it up there, and I wrote about it, and boom, 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 and they would get pizza all day. So is it true that
we did that with Umami Burger, by the way, several years ago when they only had 24 locations. We used the word best wherever we could, and if you search for best burger and they had a location in that city, we were #1. So that works.
Right. Yeah. It works, and customers will call us and say, "Is it true that you guys were voted best?" We're like, yeah, it's true. Come and look at our wall. We got a banner about it. It's everywhere.
And now, you made me hungry now. Now I want to go get a pizza. But yeah, you hit it. So I think the sales pages are important. The menu should not be a PDF. It should have a page for every item that you have on your menu. Maybe even some supportive content underneath those menu items, like recipes and combos and things that you can do to spice up the hey, you want it spicier, you could do this. And so creating some of that supportive content that worked for, I know it's not a restaurant, but it worked for Meineke. Meineke originally had one main page for auto repair, and we broke it out by creating a sub-page for every single service they offered in each of those locations. So we had a sub-page for oil change, San Juan Capistrano, muffler repair, and exhaust repair. We had a page for each of those different services, and it was incremental traffic. So instead of just having repair and sections on the page, we had a whole page dedicated to each of those different services, and it worked like a champ. We won that year. We won the Placeable Not Low Top 30 for Placeable because of local marketing efforts for Meineke. It was really neat. So I think that supportive content that how to, where to, why to kind of stuff, don't put that on your blog. Leave your blog for, you know, what's going on in the industry right now, what's going on with your company and your business and your employees. Maybe use that national calendar approach. Like, here's how we're celebrating National Siblings Day, right? Use your blog for that kind of content, and nest your really good how to, where to, why to, ideas, strategies, tips, checklists type content to support the sales pages that you really want to rank for. Those key pages that you know are going to drive customers. Build your content underneath that silo on your website in terms of the directory, and that's gonna play such a huge role long term in trying to get those really competitive pages to rank. So your competitor will have one page, and you'll have a whole section of content in a year or two from now as you start building it out.
So here's something interesting that I learned from running Google Ads when I was running my restaurant is people would started to ask me, do you have corned beef? Because St. Patty's Day was coming up. So people were calling me, do you guys cater for this? And then, do you guys have any kind of themed Halloween catering? And I'm like, man, these are all great pages for my website. So what did I do? I created a page called St. Patrick's Day Special Catering. And then I would use the word all over and create a menu, put Orange County, and then holiday menu for office catering. I created a page on that. And I started getting organic calls. Organic calls. Anytime it was during the holidays, a couple of weeks before, I started getting organic
Super Bowl,
calls.
receptions, weddings, reunions. You could create a page for every single one of those, Al.
Funeral catering services, Steve. I created a page for funeral catering service. And then the next one, I have another page for wedding catering. And then it starts showing up. Go to Google right now and type, you see my page show up on top. And I didn't create thousands of backlinks. I didn't do any of that. To be honest,
because there's no competition for it. Your competitors aren't going to take the time to create that content. Might as well.
So that's it. That's it right there. So when there's less competition and you have these long-term, long-tail keywords, you will start showing up, guys. So start creating those pages today, and see the calls coming in, and then you can call me and thank me and thank Steve.
That was all you, Al. I have nothing to do with that one. That was yours. But yeah, we put that into a few of our taxonomy plans as well. I love it.
That's awesome. Okay, so awesome. We nailed that question as well.